Welcome one and all to Dreamland, a segment where we share our hopes and dreams. This week we'll be sharing our most wanted features for Nintendo's NX. We'll all probably share between 1 and 3, so we'll see where the discussion goes and just dive right in. Alex, you want to start us off?
Sure. So one thing that I've been thinking about actually, based on Nintendo's stated strategy that they want to expand their market dramatically and attract new people to Nintendo's IP, and even offer their games at flexible price points, is I know most people will want to buy games like the Smash 4 port that's inevitably going to happen on an X, the traditional way where you get all the content for $60 and you're all set. But if they're attracting all these casual gamers and people who've been sort of away from Nintendo for a while, and maybe some mobile gamers as well, those people might be more interested in trying out Smash Brothers if they have another way to try out the game besides paying $60. And so I thought, well, maybe they could also offer sort of a glorified demo of the game and sort of release it as kind of a free-to-start model. It would be different than a demo, though, because in a demo, it's this sort of isolated sandboxed version of the game that doesn't have a lot of content, and you just get to kind of trial everything. But I think the way that this model could be different on an X is that they could actually have it be sort of the full version of the game, but you don't necessarily have access to all the content. And what I mean by that is you'll be able to play online with all your friends who have the full version of the game, but you just won't have all the characters or all the stages. Maybe you'll start with the original 8, and then Mega Man and a couple other choice fighters.
Sonic, probably.
Yeah.
Cool, okay.
So was your idea mostly for Smash Bros, or did you have sort of like free-to-play model ideas for other franchises?
Mario Kart 2, maybe.
Mario Kart would be another good one. Mostly, I think those big sort of multiplayer franchises where even if you sort of have just a slice of the content, you'll be able to play online with your friends. You'll be able to kind of get a taste of what the game has to offer. And if you want more, you can pay for more. Either pay for the full game. Maybe they, sell a cup or a set of cups in Mario Kart, or a set of characters in Smash. Mm-hmm. Maybe not everyone has to pay $60 to play Smash, but they don't get all the content unless they do.
Sure.
And since Smash already has a pretty solid fan base, as does Mario Kart, but this would sort of be a business model for those new people who haven't really tried out these franchises before and might be getting into Nintendo for the first time.
I see. So, the longtime fans can pay the $60 premium and get basically everything right out the gate, but then new fans or people who just are interested in trying it out might be doing something like, say, pay $5 and you get, all of the Zelda characters at once.
Something like that, yeah.
I see. But everyone would have the same connectivity in that, when you buy DLC in Smash 4 on Wii U, and let's say I don't have Bayonetta on my system, but my friend does, and we play online and he's playing as Bayonetta, I can still play against him because my game has the Bayonetta data, but I just don't have access to it. You mean something like that?
Right. It's like you technically have the full game, but you haven't paid for all the content that's in it.
Okay, so you just can't, actually play with all the content.
So it's sort of like, the way I'm kind of thinking of it is as a more modern version of traditional demos, but sort of embedded in these new business models where they can sell the game in a free-to-start model.
Yeah, I really like that idea because, it combines the idea of a demo with, like you said, these more modern pay models that really, that when stuff like microtransactions and free-to-start games get talked about, there's a lot of shady stuff that goes on there. But by fusing them with the idea of a demo, that can be really interesting. That could sort of solve the problems with individual game demos and free-to-play models at the same time.
Yeah. And I think this would be an especially good model for any Wii U ports that they're thinking of doing, because those games are already content complete. We've seen that the DLC business model for Mario Kart was really popular, so that would be probably something that you could do for pretty much any of the content in Mario Kart. The Smash DLC was pretty popular. I know we all complained about the pricing and how much they were nickeling and diming you, but I'm sure that now that the game is finished, they can think of something that's more acceptable.
Right.
especially if the goal is really to get people to pay up to $60 and get the same experience that other people are getting.
Okay, cool. Ben, sort of the boilerplate is you want NVIDIA to go all in, everything they're doing, and work with Nintendo, work with Nintendo's IP, team up with Nintendo and Steam, and make NX blow the competition out of the water that way.
Yeah, basically.
Cool, okay.
Yeah, so, as is my custom, mine is sort of like several ideas strung together under one common umbrella or sort of theme. So, word on the street, of course, from very reliable sources, as we've discussed on the podcast before, is that Nintendo's NX will be powered by the NVIDIA Tegra X1. And NVIDIA, over the past few years, has been sort of dabbling and trying to sort of get their foot in the gaming market and also sort of the... I don't know what phrase you want to use here, but the devices that just hook up to your TV and make it a streaming hub, essentially. So they had the NVIDIA Shield TV, which actually uses the same hardware that NX is rumored to have, and that allows you to stream 4K things on your TV, like you can watch, Netflix and Hulu in 4K and things like that. And it also grants you access to the Android market, so you can play Android games on your TV. And NVIDIA was also they've also put out some sort of on-the-go gaming devices where you can stream. They have the NVIDIA Shield tablet and the NVIDIA Shield portable. But neither one of those really took off. None of the sort of NVIDIA Shield products have really caught on at all. And they recently, according to the rumor mill, canceled the NVIDIA Shield tablet too. So it kind of looks like NVIDIA doesn't really know what they're doing with these various different gaming and streaming products they're working on. And so my dream idea is that they basically go all in on NX, that they, take all these different ideas they've been dabbling with sort of unsuccessfully, and they pin it onto, IP that people love, like Mario and stuff like that. You buy the Nintendo NX for your Nintendo games, and then here's all the ways that NVIDIA can sort of incorporate their ideas. You can have it be so that NX can hook up to your TV and be that sort of 4K streaming hub where you can watch Hulu and Netflix on it in high quality, and also you can play Android games on your TV, so you can take your Nintendo games at home or on the go, and you can also take your cell phone games at home or on the go. And I think the really big benefit this could have is if you take the NVIDIA Shield portable idea and make it so that Nintendo NX can sync up to your PC and stream Steam games from your PC to the portable element of the NX. So your computer does all the heavy lifting, and then it just streams it to your portable device, and voila! I'm not thinking you can travel across the country and keep playing your games on the go or whatever. But if you can make it a little better than the Wii U gamepad and have it be so that I can be anywhere in my house playing my Steam games on a handheld, that'd be fantastic. And then you just take it over to the little the portal thing that we think is going to come with NX, plug it in, and now you're streaming from your PC to your living room TV. You can play your Steam games there as well. So yeah, NX would basically be this just sort of awesome gaming/streaming hub that lets you play Nintendo at home or on the go, lets you play cell phone games at home or on the go, and lets you stream your Steam games around the house.
Okay, that is a big dream.
I agree. It's funny, though, because at first we sort of heard that they were going for an Android-like OS, and it'd be funny if what actually ends up happening is they have connectivity with Steam instead. I don't think anyone will be expecting that.
Yeah. So one of mine that I want, and that I don't think is going to stick around, but I want it to, Dreamland, is the TV remote feature from the Wii U gamepad. That has been so useful in starting up the Wii U, and even the quick start menu feels like 20 minutes to get a game going, but the TV remote at least does a great job just combining the experience of getting the whole entertainment system set up. So I really hope that they keep that with NX. So that's not really related to any other of the things that I have to say. The rest are kind of similar. One is that I hope the NX imports all your digital content from 3DS and Wii U. That's compatible with NX, that is, But I'm sure that when we see NX launch, we're going to have stuff like Pokemon on the Virtual Console. We're going to have a lot of the Virtual Console library that they've already built up with Wii and Wii U, 3DS and Wii U. And so when those games come out, I really hope that the NX can port over your data not just the licenses you own to play the games, but the save data.
Yeah.
So for example, keep playing my Pokemon Yellow version on NX that I've been working on in 3DS. I can keep playing my save file of Earthbound from Wii U on NX. That would go a long way in smoothing over the process for Nintendo fans, helping us get used to the new console generation.
I could totally see that being a My Nintendo feature that they just announce around the time NX comes out, and then sort of let you push your saves forward that way.
At this point, I'll be disappointed if it's not.
Yeah. It's interesting that you say a My Nintendo feature, because besides the common criticism we give that My Nintendo just sucks right now, I'll be a little bit more specific and helpful for them. I hope that the Nintendo Network IDs will actually start including cloud backups of your save files, and this kind of relates to what I was talking about with these virtual console games and stuff. But, if you lose your NX, or it gets stolen, or it gets damaged somehow, your games losing all their data is a huge problem, especially with digital content. So I really hope that you're able to back up your save files in the cloud on your Nintendo Network ID, just like you can on PlayStation, just like you can on Xbox, so that if something, God forbid, happens to your system, you don't lose all the data that comes with it. That's a huge problem that Nintendo's had in the past. They are so far behind, and it's such an awful thing to deal with from a user experience side. So that's something that I really hope that they address. And kind of alongside both of those things is that I hope that they port over basically the entire Wii U library of games to NX, because it's a shame to see all those, attached to a console with only 12 million sales.
Yeah.
Well, they do have that patent for the supplemental computing devices, so it's possible that one of those might just be a bolt-on Wii U compatibility.
Yeah, but I mean, we saw how badly things like the 32X and the Sega, CD and everything did.
No, add-ons are always a good idea.
If they do that, that would just be a bad idea. That wouldn't be an NX feature, that would be a hardware attachment, and that kind of undermines the point.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I feel like they'll port most of the popular ones anyway, and this would just be for leftovers. Mm-hmm. You were talking about accounts, though. One thing that I'd like to see, especially if NX really is sort of a portable first sort of system, is family accounts.
Yeah.
Because I get why they wouldn't want you to have your same Nintendo Network ID or something on a bunch of different devices, but let's say me and my wife both want to have our own Nintendo Network ID, but we also want to share a library because we're, together. It'd be nice to have a way to do that by having both our accounts under the same family account.
Yeah, agreed. Our video editor Eric suggested these ones to me.
Shout out to Eric.
And that is that they use an SD card for internal or external storage, I suppose. And I super agree with that because, well, first of all, I think it's going to happen because if it's an iteration on their portable devices, I think it's going to be using a similar kind of structure to the 3DS in that it uses the SD cards for expandable and upgradable storage.
I wonder, though, because SD cards are kind of, I wouldn't say high latency, but you would certainly need a very fast loading SD card to play games off of your SD card, like HD quality games. So
yeah, that's true.
I kind of wonder how that would shake out. Maybe they have a solution for that. I don't know.
Hopefully, yeah. Because the idea is basically easily upgradable storage. Because first of all, the external hard drive situation with Wii U is garbage. Mm-hmm. I can't on that enough.
I've been pretty happy with 3DS though. 3DS has been good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if they can do that on the NX, it's a hassle to switch around SD cards and stuff. That's a real pain in the butt. But if they can work something out from the software side that facilitates that better, then that would be great. And the other one is just virtual console games looking better, because on the Wii U they just look like garbage. They're dark and there really aren't a lot of options for the emulation. I mean, you can't get scan lines or the old NTSC sort of CRT TV filter that even the NES Classic Edition is going to start doing. So hopefully that they have a lot better and brighter emulation options for this new system.
Totally agree.
Colin's hoping for a brighter future.
Yeah.
NX should do what Wii U don't.
Yeah, exactly. So is that it? Should we move on to the Glitz Pit?
I think we're ready to duke it out.
I have one more.
Okay.
It's kind of minor. We won't say anything about it.
No.
Really,
We've passed that point.
Shut up. I would love for Nintendo to put gyroscopes in all of their controllers this time, because while I love the Pro Controller a lot, it would probably be the controller I'd use to play Breath of the Wild on Wii U. Not that I won't play it on NX most of the time anyway. But it would definitely be the controller I'd use to play Breath of the Wild on Wii U if it had gyroscope, because the gyro aiming controls are just awesome, and they're not there on the Pro Controller.
Mm-hmm. Hello everybody, thank you for listening to this Nintendo Week Clip NWC. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to us here on YouTube for more highlights and discussion videos from Nintendo Week Podcast, or subscribe to us on iTunes for weekly breakdowns of all your Nintendo news, discussion segments on subjects, games, and more, and tons of other features. Thanks for listening, and we will see you tomorrow with another NWC.